What is good, gamers? Nintendo announced a new Mario Kart game, presumably dropping alongside the Nintendo Switch 2 later this year, which got my brain-rot Nintendo mind running with this wild question. What retro tracks will make the cut? First thing, how many tracks will be in the new Mario Kart? By the time the Booster Course Pass wrapped up, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe had a total track count of 96. There is no way we're starting with that much in this new title. Base game Mario Kart 8 Deluxe gave us 48, but even that is quite a bit more than the standard set by Mario Kart DS of 32. The 32 tracks were evenly split between 16 Nitro or new tracks and 16 retro tracks. So, what will Nintendo do? Give us more, or slap us in our gluttonous, overindulgent faces as we're sent back to 32 tracks? Well, I know this is a crazy proposition, but what if, just maybe, perhaps, they strike a happy medium for 40 tracks evenly split between 20 new and 20 old? Yeah, so my personal opinion is that 40 is a solid number for optics, and won't seem like too few when compared to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which mind you is still playable on the Nintendo Switch 2, but also won't keep the Nintendo devs slaving away in the mines to give us 20 versions of Mario Circuit. Alright, so with all that out of the way, the only other thing I want to preface my list with is this. My list will be wrong. Okay, let's dive into this MF. So, if we got 20 retro tracks and 9 Mario Karts to pull from, we're gonna need to get messy with our proportions. Starting off with Super Mario Kart on the SNES, I am giving you 2 tracks. 2 because you the OG, but also 2 because all your tracks suck. First is Vanilla Lake 2, which I feel like they could add a lot of drifting icebergs to trick off of, and this will be our snow stage for the retro tracks. It's also never been remade for a console Mario Kart. And my second choice is a stage that's been remade not once, but twice. And will now be playing again for a third time, baby, Rainbow Road. Look man, you gotta respect the classics, and this was the first Rainbow Road. It's tough, got a banger song, and if they keep in line with Mario Kart 8's rendition, has a cool blocky appearance to distinguish itself from the other Rainbow Roads. Okay, moving on to Mario Kart 64. I'm going to once again give 2 tracks. This time though, it's not because the selection sucks, but more so because I feel that we've gotten so many of these tracks remade already, and the nostalgia wave has passed on the N64. Also, Mario Kart 8 did Mario Kart 64 so much justice, I think we can let the old girl rest. Anyways, I'm going with Calamari Desert to fulfill our desert stage quota, and because it's iconic, as well as Bowser's Castle. Bowser's Castle was remade on Mario Kart Wii, but I think it's about time the old boy gets a big boy remake. Also, free my boy Thwomp. Alright, I'm giving Mario Kart Super Circuit 1 track as a pity prize. This game is just Super Mario Kart 2, which is yikes. I'm choosing Broken Pier because according to Mario Wiki, this stage has never returned since its debut. Now either this means it was so bad that the Nintendo ninjas personally assassinated the guy who made it and deleted all the code so that it could never be made again, or it's actually a banger and this remake will change the course of Mario Kart forever. Okay, I am very biased towards Double Dash as it was my introduction to the series as well as just one of the first games I ever played, and to this day I think holds up the best in spite of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. While I do feel like the GameCube's days as the nostalgia spotlight are coming to an end, I'm giving this game 3 tracks. Peach Beach for our token beach stage, Baby Park because it's an all-timer and they will fix it to restore the chaos, and Dino Dino Jungle for the dinosaurs. I wanted to add Mushroom Bridge, but maybe I'll save that for this game's DLC. Alrighty, next is Mario Kart DS, which, quick side note, please bring back the challenge mode. That was such a W idea that was really creative and perfect for single player Mario Kart. Anyways, I'm also giving this game 3 tracks because, as I alluded to earlier, the spotlight for nostalgia might be ending on the GameCube, but I feel like it's really starting to ramp up, and the demand for DS and Wii things is really gonna start going up from here on out. Just you wait. I know everybody loves Waluigi Pinball, and maybe that can also come later as DLC, but for this game, I'm going to skip it and go with Luigi's Mansion, Delfino Square, and Airship Fortress. That last one in particular felt like an odd omission from Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, especially with all the anti-gravity focus, but maybe they just wanted to save another fan favorite for this game. It's actually crazy how many of Mario Kart Wii's Nitro tracks returned from Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Out of the 16, 11 are in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which is crazy. It makes sense though, as there are a lot of banger tracks in this game, and so I decided that 3 tracks will come back. 2 of them are in the Booster Course Pass, but they just feel like such series staples at this point that I couldn't imagine dumping them. My picks were Toad's Factory, one of the few stages not in 8 Deluxe, Coconut Mall because it's arguably right up there with Rainbow Road as the most iconic stage in the series, and speaking of Rainbow Road, Rainbow Road. Wii Rainbow Road is just like a perfect track, from the design to the music to the aesthetic, everything. This is Mario Kart's final destination. Mario Kart 7 is often forgotten despite pioneering most of the features seen in 8. It's a bummer because I feel like there's a lot of great tracks here too, but due to its relative obscurity and that I feel 3DS is still a bit of ways from being truly nostalgic, I'm giving it 2 tracks. I would love if they were both the Woohoo Island stages, but I don't personally believe that the new Mario Kart is going in the Smash Bros. Kart direction, so I just chose these 2 instead. 1, Shy Guy Bazaar due to its very unique vibe, and 2, Wario Shipyard. Some may say I'm putting in too many spooky stages for the retro representation between this, Luigi's Mansion, and Broken Pier, but IDK. Okay, next is Mario Kart 8, which is kind of weird to choose as it's the current Mario Kart. I feel like there's a 50-50 that anti-gravity returns in the new Mario Kart, and I also have to consider that they might purposefully avoid the super popular tracks from 8 since it's still playable on the Switch too, and they can hold on to those banger ones for later Mario Kart games in the future. It's weird, like choose tracks that people like but maybe not too popular, or at least only give one super popular one and save the rest for future Mario Kart games. Okay, so with that bizarre preface out of the way, I am giving this game 3 tracks, which might seem like a lot, but considering that these will likely be easier to remake than the older game courses, it seems like an easy way to pad out the retro selection. I chose Electrodome as the fan favorite, you know, that's the one that is pretty popular and iconic. Cloud Top Cruise, since it's connected to the Universal Studios rides and fits as the Sky stage for the retro representation. And Dragon Driftway due to its unique theming and to boost Nintendo's social credit score. And finally we're at Mario Kart Tour, which I will give 1 track. Now, I love Yoshi's Island, but again, I don't think there will be any crossover tracks in this game. I also love Squeaky Clean Sprint, but for some reason I just don't see it coming. My choice is Piranha Plant Pipeline, the singular tour track that never made it to the Booster Course Pass. So here's how I'd arrange all these tracks, but yeah, thanks for watching, GG.